There, that seems more familiar. Last week we got pretty close to the end of Prey. We're going to wrap up some critical side quests that may have an impact on the ending, and then push through and wrap the game. Are you serious? The lead writer for Torment was also a writer for Prey? Nice. Hey, thank you, Azura. Appreciate that. How have you been? Just being confused.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Interested to see what the end of this game is like. I think we've gotten all of our dicking around out of the way. So it's basically all story and a little bit of running in between points. Oh no. I remember whenever our system would go down back at the Chase call center, it was the worst because still had to take calls. They didn't like shut down the call center and just have an automated message saying, hey, none of our call reps' computers are working. We just had to answer the customer and say, I can help you with any general questions. Oh yeah, general questions, great. Alright, so we had left off on this quest here.
When extracted, Dal's memory should revert back to the inception date, and he should forget his assignment here.
Gauge surgical harness.
If you're having second thoughts, performing the extraction can't set us back any more than we already are.
Don't worry.
Except for time.
I'm not having second thoughts. He's still gotta work. He just can't do anything.
Dr. Yu. Morgan.
Music. What's up? I'm ready. Let's do it. Neurotomy. That looks nice. It's never happened.
What? Who are you? Morgan? Your father's been asking about you. And Alex.
I love how they kept the corpse in their room.
About her retrieval after modding up. Where am I? Why am I restrained?
Commander. Dahl. I am Dr. Igwe, Chief Physician here.
I've seen your face in the company directory. Alex's pet. The discredited parapsychologist.
Commander Dahl, you've suffered a severe head injury as a result of a crisis here on the station.
Alex's pet, huh?
We need to evacuate at once, but we couldn't leave without you. Are you able to pilot a shuttle?
What? Yes, of course I can pilot. Wait, what emergency? Is this Argus installation? Where's Casper?
I'm afraid there's no time to explain. We need to get to the shuttle bay and prepare for departure. Transtar mandate. Dr. Yu can confirm.
Of course. Morgan, you look like shit.
Thanks.
All right, let's get Daddy's precious child off the station, or Transtar will blackbox me.
Just need to check your vitals. Wouldn't want our pilot to faint.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Morgan, we're in life support now. It's all clear. Air's normal across the board.
Lead the way, Morgan.
I lost some
We'll
good
catch up.
people fighting the black boxes. And Dal wasn't here. If you see him before I do, make him pay.
I mean,
Elazar out.
I made him pay and then I made him forget everything happened. Is that comparable? Alright, so we need to locate crew member. It's in the bridge, which I haven't been to. Yeah, that's kill the imposter cook. Then you go to the volunteer archive terminal in deep storage. I think I'm going to turn off the ones that I don't need. Do no harm might be interesting at some point, but
It's by design that I can predict what you're going to do fairly often.
We'll meet
And
you
yet,
there, Morgan.
this turn of events with Dahl, I'm impressed and surprised you've managed to find a way to get remaining crew off the station.
Why, thank you. Really seems like the real Morgan Yu is not a nice person. Technopath just chilling out here? Oh, I was looking pretty good. I guess I ran out of ammo as it got me in trouble. Womp womp. Hopefully it auto-saved after I let Dahl out. Bummer of bummers.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Morgan, we're in life support now. It's all clear. Air's normal across the board. I lost some good people fighting the black boxes. And Dahl wasn't here. If you
That was at 100%, so I can't do better than that. Okay, good to know.
see him before I do, make him pay. Elazar out. It's by design that I can predict what you're going to do fairly often. And yet, this turn of events with Dahl, I'm impressed and surprised you've managed to find a way to get remaining crew off the station.
Kaboom! Oh, hello. I do like that it works that way, though, that you can use the Q-beam to do a bunch of green health damage to it and then finish it off with a few small shots. It's kind of a interesting weapon in that respect. Oops. Okay, let's see. I gotta get to the bridge, among other places. Part of it's accessible through the lobby. Okay, where is the bridge? Up there, maybe? I don't know where that goes to. Shuttle bay is the way out of here. We don't want to mess with that just yet. Station map? So it connects from the Arboretum, and only from the Arboretum. So if I go through there, I should be able to make it. Makes the same. All of my hacked robots from when I was in here last. It would be great if they could actually help me with something. Alright, hold up. Map. Arboretum. think I actually hacked a bunch of them in the Arboretum before. I was like, yeah, this isn't worth it. I'm just gonna run as fast as I can. Right, that poor tiny area, because it doesn't connect with the map. Okie dokie. How did you not see me? A blind robot? I was confused about maybe it was identifying as hostile by mistake, but I think it was just dumb. It's doing some kind of crazy drifting thing. Hey, Propagable, how you doing? I guess I just happened to never come this way? Crazy. Well, then I might spend some time dicking around in this room. I miss wood paneling electronics like the Atari. Hey, dehydration resolution. Yes, drink water. She's right. I should just get like a hamster feeder water thing next to stream. Usually drink quite a bit before I go live.
Morgan, Igwe, what's the update on our patient?
Commander Dahl is making a speedy recovery and we are making our way to the shuttle bay. I've informed him of the threat to the station and...
Fine, Morgan, I'll meet you in the shuttle bay.
Radar mimic. Oh, that's not enough. Okay. Rude. Oh my gosh. Incredibly rude. Huh, I must have been too far away from the other one. Yeah, the sports holsters. Oh, hey, Scarf, what you doing in Singapore? I've been in a place like this, but it must have been a different zone. Oh, they're on... This is probably a trap, though. The way they've set up this character so far.
We are over now.
It was a trap. Clever. Oh, it's kill the imposter. Sneak attack for 250% damage. Let's see if you have any custom dialogue for going in there to try to talk to him. Or that destroy his his tracking collar or something. It's funny. There's no way to disable recyclers without activating them, right? I'm gonna try that again. I just want to see if I can get any different results out of it. EMP, maybe? Do you have to be quick with it to grab it, or do you need the telegrab to be able to do that? Oh, disarm, use. It's not click use. It's the first time I've gotten close enough to one to have that option. It must only be because it was disabled from the EMP. Let me try not killing him and just disabling them and see if that does something different.
We are over now.
I thought there was more than one in here. Oh, he's got a briefcase. That's cool. Yeah, we're over now? Oh, he just had the one planted by his head. Oh, okay, so he died in his zone afterward. But I stopped him from blowing up the thing that had a neuromod in it. I guess that's the benefit of doing that. Very cool. Secure door before launching. We know these don't work. I feel like I was in here, unless if this is a separate exit. Oh, it must be because it's all blacked out. There's two different escape pod areas on the station. Gotcha. Value from their level design.
Good evening, Talos. Registration for the Talos Employees Talent Show is now open. See Galen in the crew quarters front desk to reserve a slot.
One of these is an have to have a mimic in it, right? Maybe not. Alright. So what you expect from TranStar? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like that's probably just level design. They're like, we don't want to make hundreds of pods. I'm sure there's like maybe like less than 30 on the whole station. Probably one on the bridge, one on life support. I see. Cool. Take Phantom in here. Not working is what you'd expect, right? I do like that they use looking glass as windows. Makes perfect sense. Do the same thing with the space helmets. Hooray! I know, right? This game has a lot of cool ideas, and they all kind of work together in the setting. I feel like that's true of Dishonored as well. Where it's like, this game has like 7 setting ideas. I feel like I've played a lot of video games that basically just have one idea. Or have too many that don't really work together.
Chief, yeah, so I checked that flight plan for the volunteer shuttle like you requested. You're right, it went dark for 12 minutes before it resumed a path towards Earth, but at a slightly different trajectory than before. It's almost unnoticeable, like it left from a different part of the station, or changed its flight pattern around Talos.
12 minutes? What about the other shuttles?
It's only the volunteer shuttles, but it's all of them. They go dark 8 to 10 minutes after leaving the station, then suddenly reappear. The VIP shuttles don't show the same irregularity.
Got it. Don't talk to anyone about this.
About what, Chief?
Exactly. Good work, Matt. Elazar out.
Interesting. She knew. I guess Looking Glass tech, you can, like, screw with people, put them in situations where they don't realize that they're in, like, a VR, AR type situation. Not a good reason not to do it, though.
I'm right here.
Looking Glass also feels like realistic tech, like it's something that we could see in our lifetimes. We've definitely seen real-world tech that's inspired by science fiction before, so could be cool. I feel like neuromods are also a lot more like fantastical. Like, I like sci-fi that's grounded in reality, but you usually need to have some kind of element that's effectively magic in order for your story to work seamlessly. I love Mass Effect as an example of generally pretty grounded sci-fi outside of when they use the Mass Effect to describe everything that's not quite right. But it works for that setting. It'd be great if I was going on the other side, huh? Oh, it still worked. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know there was a thing here. Secrets.
Adjustment required.
Anything else interesting in here? Emails. The operator sent you is cycling now, unable to locate you. There's something wrong with your tracking bracelet. Did you leave Talos? Penny. It's fun that all these emails, like, optionally you can go and investigate what actually happened to all these people with the security terminals. That's cute. No matching keycard, eh? Who needs a keycard when you got glass windows? Drop shotgun shells. I love it. Bolt caster. Oh shit, hello. I think it's shunted into the floor. I don't know if I can get the corpse. Also like that it's a Huntress bolt caster. We're getting better about that. Everything in action and sci-fi isn't arbitrarily male-gendered. Sky Braxton. Oh, potentializer. What's this? Oh, don't care. Can I sell or recycle chipsets? Is that a thing? Oh, the bridge is not secured. Level 1 hacking on their safe. Glass windows. Cannot. Okay. I've gotten some duplicates, is why I ask. I'm gonna do fire for longer routine reloads. Okay, so that's basically magazine size. That's the next thing I need. I like to be able to kill a technopath in one charge. Full to dead.
Watch out.
Might be all that's out here. Check the map really fast. Unable to shoot. Only for scripted reasons, like when I get EMP'd by a technopath. Hello, friend. Critical attack. Cleaned your desk. It'd be nice to get done with your training when you don't have anything else to do at the same time. This guy is shunted into the couch. Oh, that's how I would get in the briefing room. Flight log, Scott Parker. This facility was running absolutely dark, no lights, and radar transparent. Not talking about Talos. I heard you. Oh, it's a planned outage? Yikes. Help this guy out. I haven't, what did the kids say? I haven't yeeted the sofa through a window. I guess that was a balcony, not a window. Is this like a personal looking glass terminal or something? That's cool. Missile transcribe.
This is Captain Jada Marks. I'm setting down for posterity my deliberation over the fate of the shuttle Advent. I'm unable to determine with confidence if the Advent departed before being contaminated by the life forms presently overwhelming Talos 1.
That sounds really bad.
Best guess, based on telemetry data, Advent departed approximately 30 minutes prior to the first incident report logged by security.
Thank you, bro.
30 minutes. It is within that narrow gap of uncertainty I must decide whether or not to remote detonate the shuttle and its 5 passengers. They may very well be flying a cargo hold full of mimics to an unsuspecting Earth. They may not.
Captain, we could
It was
sure as
cracked to
hell use that
explode it.
golden gun right about now.
I don't...
Evacuation announcement. Save before I do this. These ones don't work for whatever reason. That's weird. We were playing Skyrim in the most recent subblock for
Good
it.
evening, Talos. Dr. Hadley Dalton will deliver a supplemental seminar on
Thought I shut you off.
domes in the Lobby Training Center later this week.
Guess not.
Sounds exciting. Space is limited, so reserve seat by emailing Dr. Dalton.
We're playing Skyrim, and I was like, I've never been more sure of anything in my life. Someone has made a mod that replaces Fusro Da with Yeet. And then people Googled it, and it hadn't happened, and the internet let me down. And I was sad, because, I mean, I guess the internet giveth and it taketh away. We did one of those Cat and Crunch serial episodes, and I don't remember the context. It had something to do with Fruity Pebbles. We needed an image of Fred Flintstone looking like a Super Saiyan. So I trusted in the internet, and I Googled Super Saiyan Fred Flintstone, and found not 1, not 2, not 3, but like 4 separate drawings of that. And I was like, thank you, internet, your bounty is great. And then it couldn't even deliver on a Yeet mod for Skyrim. There's a terminal in there that I missed. Is there anything important? Let's see if I can do... I gotta go to cold storage still. Station map. Deep storage, I should say. It is accessible through the Arboretum. Alex, escape pod. Deep storage. Skyrim's eternal, though. Exactly. Okay, so do you suspect there would be more Yeet mods in Minecraft than Skyrim? People are still making mods for it right now. It's been a thing for a couple of years. I think the kids these days are playing GTA. Fortnite, yeah, you can't mod Fortnite.
Morgan, this is Igwe. I stepped out for a moment. Miss Ilyushin's father, Andronov, the cosmonaut, he was here. I know he was. I'm sure there are logs, records in deep storage, but... Morgan, you know what happened to him already. You've simply forgotten what you did. Miss Ilyushin, she may not understand. Do what you must. But if the records are gone, or happen to be destroyed due to the station damage, it would be for the best.
Okay, so I wasn't able to pay attention to that audio log thing, phone call. What did he say? I did something bad to, Ilyushin?
Alex, this is Captain Marks. I'm
Thanks,
calling
Spiky.
to let you know I've authorized a full evacuation of Talos 1. I've tried to issue a mayday to Earthside operations, but our external communication systems are malfunctioning. If you're still with us, we're keeping our posts until the last pods are safely away. Marks out.
Sure, there are plenty of Yeet mods for Gary's mod, which is a very old game that kids play today. Morgan did something bad to her father. Okay, thanks.
Coming through.
Oh, never saw this door before. Level 4 hacking. Last time I played Minecraft was back in the alpha in like 2009, 2010. Before I met Andrea. Oh, it's a time thing? What is it? I may have been too late, like the moment I left the room. 8 neuromods. Alright, I maxed out that engineer tree. I didn't even realize I was doing that. These in the safe, please. the thing we were learning about there. They were going to try to shoot it. So she was deciding whether or not to shoot it down or activate the scuttle charges on it. Did they activate them?
Initiating test procedure 29. Variant C, subject V-010655-32.
Subject 32 is in the chamber.
Psychoscopes on, everyone.
Do you have a family?
Prep the Typhon Cacoplasmus.
I have a daughter. They took me from her.
Oh, it was a choice.
promised I would see
Interesting.
her again. I signed your papers.
I would have activated it.
Let's stay focused, everyone.
Your family. You must hate them very much to do this. I hear it in your voices.
Track his vitals.
32 is showing signs of distress. Elevated cortisol, heart rate, perspiration. Nothing in the red yet.
Look at me.
Coming through.
Look at the man
Still
you're
Yushin's
killing.
dad, right?
Mimic is in the tube.
Permission to release. Morgan?
Oh, rude.
What you do kills us both.
Release. Typhon Cacoplasma specimen is in the chamber with subject 32.
Horrific experiments on prisoners.
Subject,
Nice people.
Subject vital signs are gone.
Make a note. Replication followed the usual pattern.
Maybe.
Appears unaffected by the subject's age. Morgan, did you get a good scan?
Yeah. Data looks good. Scrub it and send it up to me as soon as you can. I want a new design on the mimicry connectomes before I dive into the sim again.
So they knew that was going to happen. Not like it was a surprise, right? What did transferring it to my workstation? Okay, she can get it. Now she'll know what happened and be pissed at me.
Thank you so much. I cannot believe it. I'll wait for you to come up before I listen to it.
Hey, thanks, Odin. Appreciate
You're super awesome.
In the office room, right? Not in my crew quarter. Totally want to be around her when she listens to it. Absolutely. That's okay. I'm a bad guy. I'd love to see more games that play around with this notion. I've now played 2, where the silent protagonist or the player-directed protagonist was a very different person before the player picked up the controller. Back in the lobby, right? I think that was the last side quest that I needed to do.
System alert. Repairs needed.
Sorry I murdered your dad. For no particular reason. Anyways, in crew quarters. I don't think I have a question for it. Since science enough of a reason. Well, I hear a mimic nearby. Where are you at, Mr. Mimic? Must have been down there. Or like behind a wall. Pobeg incident in 1980. I don't think I've seen anything about that in other lore objects. What did they fail to contain? I'm trying to think like what other tech was around in alternate 1980. I'll take it. It said the Pobeg incident, but this is an alternate universe, so it's not based on a real event. Alright, I'll see. There's an important crew member quest that changes the ending, then I'll try to do it. Witcher will win eventually. Dan gets enough SP spent on it, we'll do a bonus stream, which will discount it a bit more. Got a decent number of people supporting it, so that always helps. Executive offices. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Everybody left. Are they like on the shuttle? Did I do that in a silly order, maybe? I think I need the bowcaster anymore for progression. Oops. Don't actually want to do that. Unagi rolls with a Z. I may have passed a secret point of no return earlier. And glue canisters cost. That's manageable. End up using way more of these on certain enemies. I already made Morgan's arming key. After lobotomizing Doll, they relocate to the shuttle. Sure.
To protect your coworkers' privacy, security terminals are reserved for authorized users only. If you're not wearing a blue uniform.
That's too bad. Hopefully it doesn't change too much. She violently attacks me when it happens. And as a silent protagonist, I can't do anything about it. Yeah, so it still marks it in the quest log, but I don't think it's possible. Alex is ready to meet me in the Arboretum. Yeah, y'all will just have to tell me what would have been different if I had completed those things in a timely manner. Wish you could actually heal me now. Just play it a second time. Definitely play through it a lot faster. Know which talents to rush at the beginning of the game. Typhon mods. Could use the subblock if someone wanted to put it on there. New Game Plus with Typhon mods. I would take all of the busted stealth abilities first, rather than taking the progression stuff. Progression stuff doesn't really matter that much until the late game anyway. Probably could put Mooncrash as the DLC, right? Put that on as an independent voting system item if it's long enough. That wouldn't be a waste of a slot. Or could add it to subblock, either way. There's a way you're supposed to get up here, but I've always done janky jumping. I don't even know the right way to do it.
System alert. Repairs needed.
Interesting. Oh, okay. Possibly the real Alex.
I promised you my
roguelike?
arming cape. All I ask is you hear me out first. And you can blow Talos one to pieces if that's what you think is best. I don't think you'll do it. I know. Because I used to think we couldn't be trusted to play with fire without burning the house down. But you convinced me. You showed me anything was possible, even if the price was steep. That part of you is still in there. We can make history, Morgan. Not those leeches on the TranStar board of directors, not Mom and Dad. You and I. Just like we planned. We've got the data to confirm what you suspected. And Carl is broadcasting a neural signal. A secret message reaching to the stars. What I want to know is what is the message? And who is listening to it? I think you know. Ever since we first tested the Typhon neuromods, you've known. This fabrication plan is for the Nullwave device prototype you conceived. It will hijack the coral signal and use it to deliver a massive shock to every Typhon organism at once. Take it.
That makes sense.
And the army key, like I What? Morgan!
Oh god. That seems bad. Holy shit. This is cool. Whoa. Microcrafty. Not happy with our plan. Research complete. Interesting. Killed Alex while I was scanning it? Oh, he's unconscious, I see.
Vital signs critical. Warning, suit integrity.
Okay, I need to figure out what I'm doing here. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, Space God. Starts damaging me immediately, it looks like. It's been hiding out in here the whole time. Wait, where'd Alex's body go? There he is. Hey dude, you should just chill in here.
Well, here we are. Hopefully you'll never have to listen listen to this recording, but if you do, then something unfortunate's happened to me. I suspect you've seen enough by now to abandon the notion of destroying Talos 1. I've always been the one who thought we couldn't be trusted to play with fire without burning the house down. But you convinced me that we could do anything we imagined. No matter how ridiculous. I hope you still believe that. If not, then I'm glad I died before seeing my sister succumb to pessimism. We have the data to confirm what you suspected. The coral is broadcasting a neural signal.
So I could hear it this way if I didn't talk to him and find him already dead.
What I want to know is what is the message? And who is listening to it? I have a feeling you already know. I'm carrying a fabrication plan for the prototype Nullwave device you conceived. Make one, then place it at the heart of the coral. We will hijack the coral's signal and use it to deliver a massive shock to every Typhon organism at once. Good luck, Morgan. I just regret I won't be at your side to see it happen.
Like they planned it and set up the shock all the organisms at once plan early. They did a good job with the Nullwaves being a thing that you use anyway, showing that that works, and then establishing that it's like a thing that connects all of the mimics together. Fermi's question. There are billions of stars in the galaxy like our sun. Oh yeah, the Fermi paradox is my password. Why? A lot of interesting solutions to the Fermi paradox.
Okay, so my voice is obviously familiar. Probably sound more tired than usual. It's been never-ending. Setting up the rooms and protocols to test the new mods. The risk is substantial, but if we succeed, copying neural networks from the Typhon onto human minds is going to change everything. So, I'm putting myself in the sim. I've done everything I can to make sure I don't wind up lobotomized. One last safety measure. Let me introduce October. Say hello. Hello, Dr. Yu. October will help you remember what you're supposed to do if things go sideways. Once testing starts, there's no going back.
Interesting.
When they uninstall the mods and reset the test, it'll rewind me. I'll forget everything. Theoretically, they could keep me reliving the same day over and over, and I'd never know. If you're listening to this, that's probably what happened. It also means I don't know if I can trust my own brother. Alex won't like what I have to say next. I started plans for a prototype Nullwave strong enough to kill every Typhon on Talos 1. I hid a copy of the plan on top of the data tower by the scary chair. You know the one I'm talking about. Alex agreed to explore the idea, but I know my brother. First sign of trouble, he'd rather blow it all up and blame someone else. So, you're probably on your own. There's a lot at stake here. Too late to stick our heads in the sand. You know what to do.
Dear future self. Lots of different versions of Morgan. Okay, so I think when I scanned the thing, it just gave me a log. I don't know why I suddenly took damage and why he got knocked out. I don't know if I was supposed to be looking at something else. Let me check my research on whatever the hell that thing is, though. Is it not something that has its own entry after I got the research scan in? I don't think it's the nightmare. I thought once everything was getting all crazy that the nightmare was going to show up and attack Alex or something, but the giant space god thing is much creepier. Interesting. Multiple objectives, let's go that way. Yeah, guessing that January is the most recent, exactly. Is clever on their part. I'm a qualified engineer. I've got other stuff going on at the moment. I meant to be unable to scan this thing, is that why it keeps failing with the question marks? Or is it just because it's getting out of my range or something? Seems like it gets really close. Yeah, I think it was October, November, December, January was my guess. Getting out of my range. Trying to get closer to it here. Scanning something behind this thing. Well, that was not a good idea, apparently. Last chance chipset activated, sort of.
Okay. So my voice is obviously familiar. Probably sound more tired than usual. It's been never-ending. Setting up the rooms and protocols to test the new mods, the risk is substantial. But if we succeed, copying neural networks from the Typhon onto human minds is going to change everything. So, I'm putting myself in the sim. I've done everything I can to make sure I don't wind up lobotomized. One last safety measure. Let me introduce October. Say hello. Hello, Dr. Yu. October will help you remember what you're supposed to do if things go sideways.
October sounds the least like her.
No going back. When they uninstall the mods and reset the test, it'll rewind me. I'll forget everything. Theoretically, they could keep me reliving the same day over and over, and I'd never know. If you're listening to this, that's probably what happened. It also means I don't know if I can trust my own brother. Alex won't like what I have to say next. I started plans for a prototype Nullwave strong enough to kill every Typhon on Talos 1. I hid a copy of the plan on top of the data tower by the scary chair. You know the one I'm talking about. Alex agreed to explore the idea.
Godspeed is the... I've been there.
Morgan, you anticipated the kind of appeal Alex would make. Sibling bonds, history. You programmed me to refute him point by point. However, we can skip that. A Typhon the size of a skyscraper is currently eating Talos 1 for lunch. Ergo, Alex is wrong. Destroy the station, just as you planned. The blast will take the monster down with it.
Destroy the station? But didn't you hear him? The Nullwave. Alex is correct. It could work and preserve what we have learned here. We have to try.
Igwe, look at the alien outside the station.
Of course it's a risk, but we've seen the generator work. To destroy all this, to murder a species, and the research lost. It's...
Manuel is right, Morgan. We can't let these things get back to Earth, even if one of them hit Earthside.
Morgan, please. Destroying the station should be the last option, not the first.
It's pretty cool. So, I like the idea that, like, the bad guy option is saving the species. I guess part of the bad guy option is preserving the data, because the data is potentially dangerous. And that the good guy option is exploding it, but it's like, neither one is super clear. I'm only saying that's the bad guy option because it's what Pass Morgan wanted to do, and Pass Morgan was clearly not a good person, right? So they've done a good job of making a difficult moral choice. Yeah, the conventional explosion thing's a little bit cheesy. I don't know if they have a better explanation for why that is. That's exactly what I mean. It's not super obvious. I was worried it was going to be super obvious. Murder everyone on the station. Or save everyone on the station. It's like, okay. Multiple Pass Morgans with different ideas. Definitely not. So where is the, like, core of the coral? Because I think I want to try to disable it rather than blow it up. Not for moral reasons. Blow it up seems silly. I guess it being a thermonuclear explosion just changed things a little bit. Right, that's cool that it's potentially a crafting challenge at the end of the game. I dig that.
Good evening, Talos. This is a reminder that the identity of guests visiting Talos is strictly confidential.
Oh, I missed that was what December said we should do. To just bail. Alright, what all do we need? I was gonna say, is it 3 of everything? But not the one that I have a million of. That's funny.
The heart of the coral is in psychotronics, in the original containment cylinder. Placing the Nullwave device there will override the entire coral network with our own signal. Use your psychoscope to locate the exact spot.
That's why we got it. It was because December was saying, just get out of here. Just leave.
Probably sound more tired than usual. It's been never ending.
Shit, I guess I didn't want to finish playing when I switched zones. Enjoyed this message for the 3rd time.
But if we succeed, copying neural networks from the Typhon onto human minds is going to change everything. So, I'm putting myself in the sim. I've done everything I can to make sure I don't wind up lobotomized. One last safety measure. Let me introduce October. Say hello. Hello, Dr. Yu. October will help you remember what you're supposed to do if things go sideways. Once testing starts, there's no going back. When they uninstall the mods and reset the test, it'll rewind me. I'll forget everything. Theoretically, they could keep me reliving the same day over and over, and I'd never know. If you're listening to this, that's probably what happened. It also
Let it finish playing so it doesn't trigger in the next zone.
What I have to say next. I started plans for a prototype Nullwave strong enough to kill every Typhon on Talos 1. I hid a copy of the plan on top of the data tower by the scary chair. You know the one I'm talking about. Alex agreed to explore the idea.
That way I can get that plan in case Alex is dead or something, or I don't get it from him.
He'd rather blow it all up and blame someone else. So, you're probably on your own. There's a lot at stake here. Too late to stick our heads in the sand. You know what to do.
So when did they put her in the loop? That must have been January or so, right? Because it sounds like she had the faculties to record these other operators several times before they just kind of gave up and said, let's just conceal the truth from her. So she already made October, and then she presumably made November, who we haven't met, and December, and then they got stuck in a loop, and that's when she came up with January. Blow everything up. Which is interesting that blow everything up is the later plan than Nullwave everything, which is the first plan. Maybe I am doing the evil choice?
If the idea hasn't occurred to you,
It's not really an evil choice, just video game.
Don't do it. I can't predict what would happen if you scan the Apex, but all my models point to suffering.
All my models point to suffering. Apex is what we're calling it, huh? Makes sense. So, like, teleports around, which makes it tricky to scan, right?
Scanning. Specimens required. Research complete.
Tendril. Apex tendril. No entries found. Tiny part of the apex. None of devouring everything in its path. Attracted to movement. No way to permanently kill these. Only recruiting to beat them back. Yeah. Right. Do you think she's broken out of the loop before, which is how she came up with November, December? That's what I was wondering, is us controlling her the first time she's busted out of the loop, do we think? I didn't remember if Alex had any dialogue to that effect. Or if there were lore items saying we've looped before. That's a cool enough sci-fi idea by itself. Just that, someone's making you loop constantly. Separate from, like, neuromods and everything else, right? Yeah, my question is, when I say the loop, I mean when they like hit her in her room and made her relive the same day over and over. I know that they had agreed to wipe her memory and bring her back up to speed multiple times throughout. Interesting. It was a pretty rad cutscene though, with this giant apex thing showing up. Big fan. Like immediately after October. Seems reasonable. Yeah, big scary thing right there. No crazy cutscene leading up to it. Middle of some dialogue. Although I should have suspected it in that it was dialogue with a giant window behind him, right? Like, oh, it's just for him to gesture and say the stars. That's all it was. Thanks. Means cage, it also means cell. Nice. Oh yeah, they've been setting this place up for the whole game, huh? This is where we saw the first Weaver, wasn't it? Is that thing an equipable item? I think it's going to be a special context-sensitive prompt, so I can't accidentally throw it somewhere stupid. Because modern game design... Oh, this is the thing that they saw the video of the original, like, is this whole facility built around this little probe? Is that what the implication is? That's kind of cool. I really like the way the coral escalates throughout the game.
You better do something. The reconstruction is destabilizing. They're lying to you. Hurry.
That should do it. Come to the bridge. We can finish this thing once and for all.
Assume Alex's plan succeeds. Then what? You're taking a massive gamble that there aren't more predators like the Typhon. In the history of the universe, humans have only recently become self-aware. Yet you're going to kick the door open on a much wider and older cosmic ecology. One that feeds on consciousness.
Is blowing it up a better idea?
Waters. Alex believes we can be the bigger shark, but what if we're just poor swimmers? And now there's blood in the water.
That's fair. Not sure what just got cleared, but if you want to talk about stuff I haven't run into yet, if you type !hide before your message, chat can see it. I will not be able to see it. I'm trying to stay as blind as possible here. Thank you for your consideration. That was unintentional, but I'll take it. Calculated. I've scanned all the tendrils there are to scan, right? Gray or white? I don't know if I've seen that yet. Have I not gotten the update that did that? Oh, hello. I don't get sneak attack bonus if they suspect I'm here. That's right. It's a lot of assholes all of a sudden. Give me that occasional bonus damage, which I don't think is the same thing as a crit. That seems bad. Again, the bridge is an offshoot from the Arboretum, right? Cool. My Discord colors are the same. Weird. That's right, no type of material. But I am gonna do the bad guy thing now? I don't know, it's not clear, and I like that. Usually the final decision in the game is like, are you Satan or are you Jesus? I'll have to have a scripted encounter with Nightmare, right? Be about time for it.
Good evening, Talos. We'd like to remind you that company policy requires you to log any voluntary
I love that that
extension
shit's
of
still
your
running
work
while this
hours
giant
with the
thing is
station's
outside the
counselor.
station.
We know the projects aboard Talos 1 are exciting, but even the brightest minds need adequate rest.
So many Morgans, a little time. I'm guessing the antechamber for the Arboretum has no giant scary monsters in it. Doesn't even have any glass. Still has the sound effects though of the giant scary monsters. Organi. Origami. It's really interesting that it lets you choose the gender of the protagonist in this. I was like, oh, probably not a lot of work since the protagonist is silent. Nope. Kind of, sort of. So much folding. Does anyone know why I died earlier? During the cutscene with Alex, like, I was trying to scan the thing and pick up Alex, and just, like, health got completely drained. One of the tendrils come in and touch me or something. You had to be pretty quick to grab him and pull him into the office. Decided to do a bad touch. I see. German tech entrepreneur, distinguished Chinese neuroscientist. Born in 2005. She is as old as Jaden, my nephew. Or as Jaden will be in 2030, whatever this is set.
What the hell have you done?
I simply acted on Morgan's orders.
January.
Nonsense. You're a machine. An ill-conceived one. Morgan would never. You tricked her. Who programmed you?
I represent the desires of Morgan.
You're operating.
Oh shit! I wanted to hear that whole conversation. Talos only a musician. That was really important information.
What the hell have you done?
I simply acted on Morgan's orders.
Nonsense. You're a machine. An ill-conceived one. Morgan would never. You tricked her. Who programmed you?
I represent the desires of Morgan Yu, circa January 12th, 2035. Your sister created me to ensure her objectives would meet with success, and that yours would fail.
Mine? There's no difference between what I want and what Morgan wants. Not the real Morgan.
The idea of a real Morgan is fiction.
There's got to be an override.
Please step away from the terminal. You've left me no choice.
Hey, stop it. Well, you keep zapping my brother. So do we know the timeline? Does that confirm whether January is the first or last operator? I don't remember what time, what like date it is now.
What the hell have you done?
I simply acted on Morgan.
I finally get to destroy January after all this time.
Morgan.
Your operators locked me out of the comm terminal. We need to link up to the Nullwave device if we're gonna get that signal off before it's too late.
Consider the risk. Alex's plan, if it works, is only a short-term solution. None of us has the right to endanger every life on
the angel and the demon on my shoulders.
If anyone's playing God here, it's you. Your lunatic plan denies everyone a birthright to the stars.
You know how neuromods
That sounds kind of evil,
Demands
Alex.
will only increase. In the future, Alex envisions, many will die for the benefit of a privileged few.
I'm not arguing with a glorified desktop. Kill it, Morgan.
Sorry, Morgan. I won't relinquish control of the terminal. You'll have to destroy me. Which means you'll be destroying yourself.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Mostly because she was a real dick about the way she said that. You don't have any thoughts about that, Alex? No? I like the way the choices in this game are laid out. None of them are obviously correct, right?
What is a neuromod? Well, it's both an easy answer and a complicated one at the same time. It is the future, today. More importantly, our past, today. This is the work TranStar does. Every employee working together. It's immortality, and it is beautiful.
That sounds bad. Because if one's the evil decision, it's probably making everyone continue to use plasmids. I mean, whatever the ones are called in Bioshock Infinite. I mean, augments. I mean, neuromods. This is an awesome game, though. I very much enjoyed it. Oh, of course. Of course, there's a post-credits scene. I don't skip the credits. I like to pray a lot, though, as evidenced by me going over the How Long to Beat by like 8 hours, 9 hours. I would like to see more from these devs. I liked Dishonored 1 and 2 a lot, but I couldn't place it, but something felt off. Like, it felt like a really cool setting, but the actual, like, course of the player's route through the game wasn't very compelling, and this game managed to nail that also. And by doing the neuromod thing, I was excited. The mimics on the screen here, that's goofy. 4 hours under main plus extra? Or no? Maybe the best way to put it is Dishonored feels like there were two teams, and one was in charge of setting, and one was in charge of the, like, player campaign. And they sometimes overlapped, but they didn't feel like as connected as they are in this, where, like, everything that's part of the lore of the setting is relevant to what's going on with Morgan. I think it is set up that you could be confused as to what's going on. But I like games that don't give you the full picture. Oh, me talking during the epilogue. I guess that Undertale thing was like... I didn't realize there was more game. I thought we were in, like, indulgent post-credits. Post-story shipping sequences. I feel like post-credit singers are almost more of a tradition in gaming than they are in movies. Mimic shows up in a bathrobe and says, "What are you still doing here? It's over. Go home." Oh, this video is getting blocked on YouTube. Quantum Break got blocked in Belgium because of the credits music. Really? Alex is Benedict Wong? I recognize James Hong from in Lopan / Covetous Shen from Diablo 3 / he's in a lot of things. Oh, I missed who was Walton Goggins. Yeah, I think Alex was incredibly voice directed and acted, obviously. Benedict Wong is British? Oh shit. I feel like I should have recognized him. He's great in The Martian. Douglas Ingram. He's pretty great. He's in some Tarantino movies, isn't he? Hateful Eight. Favorite side quest? It's a good question. I guess some of the side quests really led to unique content. I mean, there was like unique story and flavor and lore and stuff, but as far as like, that's usually what draws me in with side content in games. The unique content in this is the reward, the neuromod. Does it give you a bunch of neuromods, yes or no? Super interesting. I didn't really think about that or realize it while I was playing the game, but it was like, go to another area that has phantoms, mimics, poltergeists. And that's part of why games like Mass Effect and The Witcher are so celebrated, because like when you do a side quest, this is all new assets. How short-lived the sense of neuromod scarcity ends up being. They're still scarce in the sense that I played through the whole game spending all of my resources on nothing but neuromods and could not complete the tree, right? I was probably more absurd than most players would be. Hooray! Hooray is a good thing?
It's finished. How did it do?
Activation of the mirror neurons is promising. Empathy quotient shows to be exceptionally high.
It probably thinks it was dreaming, and nothing mattered.
You're assuming it thinks like
The
us.
similarities of the crosscode is...
Ours too. It all comes down to the choices it made.
He's older.
It saved me from the cargo container. I
These are
was
the voices of our
otherwise.
allies.
It's remarkable that it never installed a single Typhon-based neuromod. In my view, this demonstrates a strong identification with us, but its most surprising act was sparing Dar, while perhaps for purely selfish reasons.
I thought it was going this direction when it started by planting the whole looking glass thing.
Talos why.
Michaela.
I would have died without my medication. That wasn't easy. That says a lot, I think, about its heart. Can I say that it has a heart? Then, there was a man in psychotronics, Ingram. Things did not end well for him. But...
Would you let it live?
yes.
Sarah?
Oh, I could see my hand. That's cool.
The situation in the cargo bay was bad. None of us would have survived without its help. And it destroyed a large number of Typhon across the station. That has to be a good sign.
The save
Further,
file
it
summary.
thwarted Dar's attempt to use us as hostages. If it were one of my officers, I would give it a commendation.
Danielle, what do you say?
It found me. It didn't need to, but it did. I asked it to stop Volunteer 37. That was dangerous. No way to be sure, but I think it has a sense of retribution. There were a lot of humans controlled by the Typhon that it could have harmed. Seems like it went out of its way to avoid that. I think it's worth the risk.
In the end, it chose to activate the Nullwave device. Why? To preserve the Typhon technology? We can't really know what its motives were for anything it did.
But we had to make a choice. You can hear us, can't you? Here. I want to show you something. What you experienced was a reconstruction based on Morgan's memories. This is the world today. We spent years trying to put what you can
I like
do
all the
into
flickering
us.
on the screen.
We never tried putting what we can do into you.
Right, because
Until now. You're the
I'm a
bridge
Typhon.
between our species. I need to know if you see us. I mean, really see us. Take my hand if you do.
Kill them all. Take Alex's hand.
We're gonna shake things up, like old times.
That's cool. I recently pulled a shenanigan like that in Dungeons and Dragons, it was all a dream or it was all a simulation twist. And I'm super nervous about doing that because it's something you have to really earn. You have to plant constantly throughout your whole story that that's what's going on. Otherwise, the audience is going to be super pissed. Like, you don't want to do, is it Debbie Does Dallas or something? Some infamous show that just, rewrote a season saying it was all a dream. But I think that fits pretty well. There's your Jesus Satan choice, right? I like that, though. I think this game earned it. It definitely planted constantly up from the very beginning of the game. You're wondering, is this whole thing just a simulation? So that's pretty cool. Rescued humans. Humans killed one. I didn't try to. I'll have to tell my D&D group that Prey did it. It's totally okay. I didn't rip them off. I hadn't played it yet. Alright, that was Prey. This game was delightful. I'll be back in a little bit. Gonna set up Planescape Torment.